Gigaba warns that more jobs could be lost if unrest in the mining sector continues. And Bafana loses to 5-time world champions. With the latest news updates, I'm Hasina Gori. Public Enterprises Minister Malusi Gigaba has warned that many jobs could be lost in South Africa if unrest in the mining sector is not immediately curtailed. He was addressing reporters in Pretoria. Gigaba says prolonged unrest could undermine investor confidence and result in job losses in the sector. He says the current unrest in the platinum and gold mining industry could have far-reaching implications. Gigaba says government will work with its partners in labor and business to stabilize the sector. Confrontations between police and workers at the Lonmin Platinum Mine in Maracana in the northwest last month led to the deaths of 44 people. Meanwhile, the Tripartite Alliance has accused Lonmin of trying to benefit from rival unions at its mine in Maracana in the northwest. ANC Secretary General Gwede says firing employees for embarking on an illegal strike allows the mine to later rehire them at a higher cost. He says this exposes what he terms the greed of mining companies and their underhanded ways of conducting business. Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe says corruption in government tender processes is a huge problem as it takes resources from the needy. He was addressing a conference on poverty at the University of Cape Town. Motlanthe says Cabinet is grappling with the problem of overpricing by suppliers to government. He says efforts are being made to get in-house engineers to prevent being ripped off by contractors.
Give an example. The Ministry of Health has an in-house engineer, and very recently they had Public Works indicating to them that renovations of their head office will cost 23 million. The resident engineer then sat them down and said, well, okay, let's break it down, let's work through this. And he says they couldn't go beyond 5 million. Yes. And yet the quotation was for 23 million.
Bafana coach Gordon Niggerson says his Chargers put up a good performance despite losing 1-0 to 5-time world champions Brazil at a 67,000 capacity stadium in São Paulo last night. The match marked the official dawn of a new era for Bafana, and it was played on Brazil's Independence Day. It's also the first of 8 matches for Bafana in preparation for the 2013 African Cup of Nations to be hosted in South Africa. The team will also play against Mozambique on Tuesday. Egerson had this to say.
Yeah, look, it's unfortunate that we had the injuries. I'm just concerned a little bit about Benny McCarthy because, the injury he's got is totally different to any other injury he's had. It's his knee. So a doctor obviously is looking at him. And of course, to Dino and Glover, I would have liked to have had them on the field in the second half because they would have, as you saw the way we played the second half, there was a lot more, there would have been a lot more support for them. But having said that, I don't think it affected the result. I think it's just bad luck that we had with those 2 players getting injured.
Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak's Option 1.